to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Show me how to dare to love, love, love.
Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
'Cause I won't be afraid. Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
What's up, everybody? I'm gonna be playing some Doki Doki. I've only played it or watched somebody play it, but it's kind of a creepy little weird cutesy game. It's free on Steam, so it's like, I think it was only like a 2-hour game when I watched it. It's kind of really creepy, and it's free, so it follows my A to Z rules with being under, yeah, it's free now. It's under $10. So that follows my little A to Z requirement, and it begins with a D, so even better. I think I'm just gonna do my real name. Because I forget how it starts off. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it's kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? Totally don't know that type of friendship, but sure, it exists. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna wait for Liv to join, so I might hold up for a second anyway. Alright. Actually, be right back, because I gotta help her with something. feel for A to Z. So I like to start off with the... Let's pull up the Steam. Okay. So actually, maybe you should watch the trailer too. Because I think there is a little trailer with this. There. We'll start it over. So, this is free now, and I think there's another... Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, yeah, this is free now. It's got overwhelming positive. Came out September 22nd, 2017. Yeah, free. There's some DLC to it. It's considered a psychological horror anime, visual novel horror. And I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, so that's going to be fun for me. Hey, thanks for the host, Jerry. Much appreciated. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, so this is going to be cool. The literature club is full of cute girls. Will you write the way into their heart? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. And you get that, like, first thing in the beginning, too. Yeah, so it goes this, like, as soon as you load it. Yeah, so you basically are like, it's like a point and click adventure. Shiori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course my camera's blocking some things. Monica. Hey Stern. We're playing this very disturbing game called Doki Doki Literature Club. It's free. I've seen a few people play it, so I'm kind of like pretty curious about it because I haven't really fully watched the entire thing. But we shall see. We shall see if I like it. I think my camera's gonna be in the way, so. But whatever. I'll read it to you guys. If it loads on my end. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. I'm gonna move this, actually. Make sure my volume isn't super duper high. By the way, since this is like super disturbing, I might not read all of it, but I'll try. That girl is Shiori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know that kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. Totally how I would react. I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ah! I overslept again. I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Totally was. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. I'm a dick. I'm a total dick. But you did wait for me after all. I feel like I should have, like, Liv come up here and act this out with me. It's not on the Twitch fan? I think it's... You'll see what I'm talking about. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Suori. Yeah. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with students making their daily commute. By the way, Danielle, have you decided on a club to join this year yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. I'm a dick. I'm a dick to this young lady. I should see if Liv will come read this with me, although she probably won't. Hold on. Oh, she's making dinner, which is super important to me, so I won't interrupt her. Sori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sounds totally legit. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? Is that like... You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Ooh, now we get to meet new people. These characters are kind of cool looking. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. I actually watched somebody play this and they had 2 people. So I think 2 people would be, like, awesome. But I like the game so much, like, watching it. And I've seen one person stream it before. And he didn't do any voices or anything, so... And I actually really liked it. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some of the clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Suri. Shiori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Which is good about this game, though, for real, is that it doesn't have super hard Japanese names. So that's the worst. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. She's like my personal little stalker. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You love reading? I mean, I'm not the greatest at reading, so this will just be my little practice, though. There's actually, like, puzzle games, or, like, little word puzzle, well, not puzzles, but little word games that you can play in here to kind of figure out how the story moves along. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Shiori. Yeah? There's no way that I'm going to your club. Meanie. Shiori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm kind of a dick, though, to her. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care about this so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Ooh, cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. But I really kind of want to go for the cupcakes. I can't tell if Shiori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Good choice. Let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Shiori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used to for third-year classes and activities. Shiori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Shiori always says nice things about you. See you, Stern. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I'm a boy. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. So it's like a group of girls. That makes sense. Ah, Danielle, what a surprise! Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. They are kind of cute. I like their little pink hair. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Shiori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Shiori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Total Japanese name, Monica, you know. That's right. It's great to see you again, Danielle. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Danielle. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? Ooh, tea and cupcakes. They have a few desks to arrange as a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, Like little cats, she lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. She's so happy about it, too. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I agree. I do agree. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Suki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. She looks like she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sorry, said. Well, maybe. But not for you know, you dummy. Wow. Wowza. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. I should do this real quick. Slightly up. Ha. Perfect. It worked. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. What? Is it repeating? Is that part of the game? This music's great too. Oh, that's why. That makes sense. There you go. On the wrong one. Maybe just a little higher. I think that'll work. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what makes you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? Oh boy. Oh boy. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Having a tea in the middle of the war. Yeah. I do feel like a piece of meat walking in here. The only dude. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Scones and cupcakes. That does seem like they're being more British having tea. I don't know, is tea a Japanese? It is a Japanese thing as well. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. But they prefer soup. That's true, I guess. I guess all I'm thinking is Avatar with the uncle who's like obsessed with tea. That's all I'm thinking. I'm stereotyping, basically. Yeah. They like take tea time out of every day, so. That's the French and the British. French are really into their tea too. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a good leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Hey, thanks Ghost for the follow during this amazing, beautiful women game. Dude, the French know how to put back some croissants. Yeah, croissants sound amazing. I can't have bread on my diet that I'm on right now. So but I totally went to this club for some cupcakes though, so It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to starting something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. Understandable. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal? Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Danielle, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? Totally. This dude is ruining everything. Yeah. I just go, manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Misuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Hey! Mangas are books. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. That makes sense. She looks like a complex girl. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. She seems like she's into like frickin' everything. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I agree, buddy. Really? I would have expected that, Yuri. I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. From Yuri? Me too. She's like, I don't know. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Dude, she's kind of, manipulative, it seems like. I don't know why I'm so scared talking to her. Misuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Nasuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Dude, she's getting so mad at Sori. They all like I feel like they're all like fighting for attention, but Saori, who's just like oblivious to the world. Saori sidles up behind Mizuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Mizuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Mizuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes something more than confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I shouldn't have ate those cupcakes. Did she poison them? You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. It might be. There's a couple Doki Doki games, I think. Maybe not involving the same characters? I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I don't know what it means. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Danielle? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Tori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Danielle? You all. I am defenseless against these girls. Oh boy. I don't think I want to know either. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's just like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. I really did just come for the cupcakes, so. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, bring it in the next morning so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Danielle, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. So I think, we're supposed to write this poem too, so. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Danielle, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Shiori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after for the school clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Shiori, Asuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Are we gonna have to, like, pick one of them? I think that's, like, the object, maybe? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I will have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. So which one should I pick? I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. It's a dating sim. I saw psychological horror and I was like, we'll try it. It's free. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Because I think the ending is kind of like... Okay. That makes sense. Kind of like changes the... We'll do... Intellectual? I think I want her. Vivid? Okay, cool. She likes horror. For some more fun. Yeah. I'm trying to... I think I'm gonna try and get her... Dream? Yeah. She likes... like mystical stuff, horror. Probably big words like philosophy or starscape. Suicide. Ugh. Vibrant, definitely. Dark. Oh, damn it. Infinite. Sunset. I knew the cute little bit. Oh no, that wasn't her. That was her. Doki Doki, which means heart beating quickly. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, cool. Fantasy. Hey, I thought she liked fantasy. Disaster? Okay. Disarray? She likes negative stuff. Misery? Aw, she doesn't. I was picking all the negative stuff. This is gonna go awful. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I get to keep my word. Will it be good? I hope so. Enjoy your smoke. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Actually, 1 second. my mom back. I love that. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. Okay. BRB. Thanks for keeping your promise, Danielle. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I can't wait to hear my poem. It's gonna blow the socks off these ladies. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. Yeah. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see in... Whoa, kitty. Then you won't see the end of it. Here you go, kitty. Let me move some stuff for you. There you go. You can lay right there. She's gonna hang out. Misuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yikes. Misuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Misuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, you guys. Danielle always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Like a fucking dog. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's so messy, it's distracting. Ouch. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. I made her jealous. How come? You and Danielle can become good friends too. Yeah, how come you forget you lit your house on fire? Probably the candle. Almost done that to myself as well. This is like... I don't know. Jerry said it's like a dating sim. No, you have to write. Like poetry. You'd love it. It's like Mad Libs. No, you're trying to get these girls to like you by writing awesome poetry. Using words that they like. Yeah, rap battle. Except I think some of it, we'll see, the short stories. See, this is where it would be better, Liv, if you were up here, like, acting out these other girls. Because I have to do, like, 800 voices at once. Yeah, psychological horror. Because I think the ending's kind of... We'll see. I've only seen someone play, like, less than 5 minutes of this game. Rap battle. Yeah, if these girls started rapping. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Liv, I'm gonna say this right now. You were Sayori. Except, like, 10 times better. But this is you. Super excited about everything, like... That's funny. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. What? She thinks I'm dumb. Maybe I'll try if I switch up the girls in between, will it make the game worse? If I decide I don't like her anymore? Yeah, the cat's just chilling. That's Souffle. She's scared of the dogs, so she'll be up here and... Well, I don't have any dogs up here. But when the dogs are up here, she gets scared. Probably because Booker, wants to be all in her face. Because he's a derp and he doesn't know what a cat is. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Is Monica not here? But that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, Shiori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yeah, I mean, my cat will hiss and growl. Well, while we were playing Sea of Thieves last night, actually, she was growling at the dogs. But the dogs will just, push their nose at her and try to sniff her, and she's just, batting them. But she doesn't have any claws. She doesn't have any front claws. She does have the back claws. I'm not that mean. But I do kind of regret declining her. But this was when I was in, she's my very first animal when I was maybe it's my first time living alone when I was 19 or 20. I got her when she was a little baby kitten. So I've had her for quite a bit. So I'm she's almost 10 years old. She's been through a lot. Yeah, it does. Shiori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nasuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like it's the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. This reminds me of Stardew music. Ah! Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably would have noticed in the first place. No, I mean, sorta. I kind of want to, switch to a different girl. That sounds so bad saying that to you. No, I kind of want to, try a different character, because she's kind of mean. I don't know. Something about her is a little off, too. We were talking about it earlier. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how she likes her poem. This book that I gave, that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. She freaks me out a lot, okay? She's got this little creepy thing about her, but so does the, Monica. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Plus that other girl, the cupcake girl, I'm gonna call her Cupcake, she doesn't like me at all. So like, what if I picked a bunch of cutesy stuff? Would she end up liking me? I think I'm gonna try it. But I'll probably fuck up the game. I don't know. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well? Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the... She doesn't even know what it's about. She just gave it to me because she thought I'd like it. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. That sounds awesome. I'm already into it. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Not so interested anymore. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of the sort of thing, Danielle? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Yeah, she's into horror. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Wow. So she is not very nice. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should have let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Sweet, thanks.
Look good?
Yeah, it smells really good. Oh, you are not having that, kitty. So sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Actually, be right back. I'm gonna put this in here. Oh, what's for dinner? It's pork tenderloin with this, like, amazing sauce. And some, like, stir fry with some onions and peppers and really freaking good. It smells amazing. I just don't want the cat to eat it. It's so good. I like tenderloin. It's like one of my favorite things. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's the literature club, after all. That's true. Oh, this cat. Come here. No? You just want my food. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with somebody. It's weird that you're in a literature club then. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open up the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Is this book porn? But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel her warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Yeah, the anticipation, for real. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Yeah, I know. Isn't this weird? It's book porn. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but I'm trying to, you weird fucker. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yeah, because isn't the book about a weird... Well, she said it. Yeah, sort of horror. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Danielle, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Yeah. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that she's kind of cute. What are you saying what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. What a cock block. God damn it, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh, I forgot about the poem. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah! Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ouch. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. See, mental notes when I leave off in a book never work. You gotta, like, dog-ear that page, or, you know. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really have done this before. Never dog-ear a book, you savage. I'm more into audiobooks, but I have a few bookmarks. Like, I have a bookmark since I was, like, in elementary school that my stepdad gave to me. That I use. But I can never, like, mentally remember where I am. Try to dog-ear an audiobook. What I don't get about audiobooks is they have that sleep timer. So in case you fall asleep while it's playing, it, like, pauses it for you. But, like, who falls asleep with an audiobook? I fall asleep reading all the time. But not, like, an audiobook. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Really? I wish I could do that, but also, like, I'd be afraid, like, I'd have, like, anxiety that I will fall asleep too soon. And it won't pause in time. According to Olivia, I was snoring last night, so. I can't wait. Sori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Masuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. Yeah, that automatically adjusts to snoring. No, we just bought a mattress. We're fine. I do the same myself. Just flip her over. Yeah. I'm a light sleeper. Who should I show my poem to first? I feel like she's gonna judge me hardcore. Let's do Yuri and then go down the list. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. And then I think I'm gonna go to... what's her face? Nasuki. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? That's what I'm saying. You creep. Yaha. Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Did you... I could make one of the dogs sit on her? I can make one of the dogs sit on you. Yeah, the dogs aren't that big. But if I get Booker up there, Kyrie will lick you to death. Booker will make that, like, that noise that you hate so much. That's some ASMR right there. Booker ASMR right there. My dog does that. He's like an old man trying to get his saliva, like, ugh, he's disgusting. Just kidding. He's a cute dog. He's a puppy. I just met, I feel offended. We didn't like that noise? It's fitting for the game. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah? Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both style and expressiveness and are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Unlike me, I stammer a lot. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I want to see my poem. Do I get to see my poem? I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Nasuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. No, you shouldn't. I'm gonna try Nasuki next, actually. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nasuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Really? People can't read cursive? Is that really a thing? If you can't read cursive, you should probably not be playing this game because you're not old enough. Can you not read cursive, Livy? Plus, she apologizes for having such terrible handwriting. You just insulted her, so she caught on to that. Maybe it's just... It isn't? I feel like my little sister does. Yeah, at least she knows it. You judging her. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Oh, that's true. But it took you a long time to read. Oh! Rude! I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is ugly. I mean pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Danielle. Yikes. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Can we compliment her a little bit more? Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Danielle. As you should. Me too. Alright, let's go to Nasuki. I'm curious to... Because I kind of did have a few that... Oh no. it was Shiori who liked a few of mine. Danielle, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? I'm telling you, this girl does not like me. I kind of want to make her like me, just to be an asshole. And then go back to Yuri. But I think I don't know. I'm gonna try it. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? I'm an asshole back to her, though. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve on, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can I forget she's in this cutesy stuff. I like this poem, though. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. It's relatable. It's got animals. Yeah. It's got eagles, America. I'm into it. I told you you were gonna like it. I like it. Nailed it. Yeah. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, sort of. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Is that on purpose? It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I forgot, she's like a first year. What am I, like a third year? Fourth year? I'm a fourth year. I decide to humor her with one last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay? I think Saori will like my poem a lot, actually. Because I had a couple that I think she liked. This is a good poem, Danielle. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Danielle. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Yori. I'm not sure if Yori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. For all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women in this club. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh my god, what did she write? We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I couldn't sleep. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. This is totally relatable. Again. Totally. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Breakfast is great. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Ain't nobody hate breakfast. Or second breakfast. Or third breakfast. Or tea time. Or cupcakes. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Oh, toast. I want eggs and toast. Breakfast for dinner is like the best thing ever. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. Agreed. Agreed. Totally agree. Bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And dinner. For breakfast. Yeah. And breakfast for breakfast. And breakfast for lunch. And lunch for dinner. And lunch for breakfast. And snacks on snacks on snacks. Who should I show my... Well, we only have Monica. Hi, Danielle. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. I think I came up with the first activity though, for real. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Aha! Don't worry, Danielle. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's good. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Danielle. Thank you. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go from something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. Thank you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Shiori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. Oh, okay. It gives me the whole shebang. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. And that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Totally worried about impressing everybody. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Ooh. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the speckle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Not sure what that means. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Just yell out loud for... Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, she's got some weird shit going on. Something about, I feel like she's Miss Perfect. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Pretty good advice. Pretty good. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up against theirs. This is Literature Club, after all. I sigh. Les sigh. Les sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sori and Monica are happily chatting. They're always happily. She must really like Monica. My eyes land on Yuri and Nasuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nasuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. You think you're fancy? Thanks. Yours is cute. Oh, she hates that word. Don't say that. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Oh no. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sori liked it, and Danielle did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Danielle liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up and the music stops. This is scary. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're jealous that Danielle appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Yikes, girl fight! No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. What's up? You want to read with me? No? Why? It's fun.
Yeah, I have more fun.
Well then, yeah. She scared me out of the corner of my eye. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Danielle started showing up. Nasuki! Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh, they both said it at the same time. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls stormed towards me, and as if they just noticed I was standing there. Danielle, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your own poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain this to her, Danielle. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Am I gonna have to choose between these girls? Actually, how'd she know I was gonna go for her next? Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Danielle? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh my god. You're right that I liked her poem. Oh, your poem. Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Yeah? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. Oh god. It was her that, Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. I done fucked up. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it into the trash. Can I go? I can't go back. I don't think I can go back. At least I really don't. Maybe I can? I won't. Look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands, while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anybody could. I don't think so, though. I think she was kind of mean, too. Both of them were kind of mean to each other. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Danielle. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Nasuki said about, I wouldn't never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Nasuki say? About her boobies? About her boobies? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ooh, more tea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. At least she's still alive. She came back. I don't know why I think everybody's gonna die in this game. Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think I'm gonna do cutesy stuff now. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Danielle, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Tori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Tori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Maybe I should try to impress Tori. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Nasuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise that they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Danielle, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me feel the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Shiori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Wow, I'm a man whore. I pat Shiori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Shiori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Shiori has an inner monologue. Let's try to be... Let's just pick random shit. Will that fuck it up? I'm trying to pick cutesy things. She likes simple shit, so I bet she likes milk. Cute. Fun. Oh. Flower? Silly? God damn it. God fucking damn it. Yeah. You're right. But like, what, like hair? Bouncy? Or sugar? Bouncy? Yeah, bouncy. Boop? Lollipop. What about this one? Lollipop? Cheeks? Lollipop? Blanket? Boop. Boop. That's what I was thinking. Yes! Pop or marshmallow? Fluffy? Fluffy? Marshmallow? Hop? 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 Fluffy? Ooh, thanks, Liv. I think I'm gonna pick this one. Laugh. Aw, I'm constantly picking her. I'm not suited for me either. See, if I was picking her, I'd pick like true misery or let's pick party. Oh, damn it, puppy. I picked a lot of her and her, so I'm curious to see how this works. I'm curious to see how this works. Dude, Yuri is not gonna like my poem at all. She's gonna fucking hate it. Cause I had like maybe one that she liked, one word. She's about to hate it. I think I'm gonna do her last. I feel like that's the best thing. I feel like I played this game all wrong. Alright. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Of course. What? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I know. Yeah. Does that mean that she's probably gonna, like, super hate me then? Uh-oh. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Rory? Huh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Oh, Rory nervously receives her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Aha! I knew it. I can see right through you, Rory. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. Relatable. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. I'm a dick to her. I am a total jerk face to her. Ah! Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Aha! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri. Tell Danielle to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Siori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. Dude, she's overly nice. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sorori, I guess that's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sorori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me into the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. Fair enough. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? She hit me? Oh, somebody hit her. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Ha ha ha. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction. She just fucking threw her cookie at her. Honestly, I wish people would throw cookies at me. I do. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. So good. Oof. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a whole lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat, goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Dude. Sayori's like my spirit animal. Mothball Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Dude, she's my spirit animal. But I already said you're like her too. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Oh, where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Uh-oh. Did I do something with Monica? Oh. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Dude. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. Was the last one that I was picking Monica, though? You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds so cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Danielle. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. Just a cookie being thrown at all your people, and we're all sharing cookies and stuff like that, and cookies. I choose to leave out Suri's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Nasuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Suri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Nasuki disappeared into the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Suri's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone, something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Suri is taking this really seriously. It's weird to hear her deliberating like this. Huh? That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess I could... Cupcakes? Good thinking. Nasuki would love to do that. Oh, you're right. Nasuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why he suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Agreed. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Suri is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Suri can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to find Suri's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah? I know. You're always looking out for me, Suri. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Huh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Well, come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sori, it's written all over you. Sori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bowl isn't even straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I don't see a toothpaste stain. Is there? I try to wipe the stain off with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie! And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sori. What do you think? You don't have a boyfriend yet? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That is very mean to say to Sori. Dark, I'm after the first poem, we're on our second day. We're on our second day of this game. So, we haven't shared our new poem. I started with Yuri first, and then I kind of changed my mind, which I think is a bad idea, to Sori. That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Stupid. It's okay though. Oh my gosh, you love and hate this game? Should I not do this, like what I'm doing right now? I feel like I'm gonna end up hating it. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does the scene even fit you properly? Hee. It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Okay, good. I feel like I should be, like, trying to stick with one person. Yeah, it means her boobs got bigger. Anyway. You look so much better now, so... Why does it feel so strange to see Sori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew! That's so much better. Sori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. That makes sense. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Agreed. That is a good Monica emote. It's cute. I do like Monica. I don't know why her and Yuri intimidated me at the beginning, and they kind of freaked me out. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Where is Monica at? I think I haven't even focused on her at all. So she's like not even there. Maybe. So when you're doing the poems, who's on the far left? Is that Suri or Monica? Maybe I am focusing on Monica. You're doing it again, Suri. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share poems we wrote now? Yay. Danielle, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Suri... Yeah, I didn't see her on the list. But Suri still trots away to retrieve her poem. Maybe I'll start with Monica this time. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. My next poem? Alright, cool. I can't wait then. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. I like this one. It makes me think of something Suri would like. Yeah, it is. Because I was kind of going more towards... I was trying to go towards, Isuki. I think that's her name. Isuki. But it went more towards Suri. You and Suri are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Suri and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like you two, like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's kind of the vibe I get when reading your poem. So I did go more towards Suri. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Suri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so hopefully you do too. I am having fun so far. It's a lot of reading, but I heard it gets like pretty intense, so well towards the end. And it's free, so that's always good. Can't go wrong with a free game. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveform. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Ooh. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me? Save me and load me. Oh. Did I do that? I gotta save me. Should I save her? It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. So she did the hole in the wall one too, I think, right? Hers was really weird. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. Forget what you heard for now? Yeah. We're just gonna go with the flow. It's still hard for me to tell what this is about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, so I saved it then. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Haha. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. So I did good by saving it, I'm guessing? Because I haven't saved at all. Maybe I should save again. I think I accidentally did that. Can't say or won't say. Well, much appreciated. I think I'm gonna go to Yuri next because I kind of want to see her hate everything about my poem. Because she liked everything about it the other day. This is pretty good, Danielle. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. Yuri sucks, but not that much. Yeah. I think I just liked her hair. You don't need to be afraid, just be a little more daring. She's super dark. But so is Monica. Holy shit. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. To me, they're all good. Yeah, what's your list? Because I really do think I want to stick with Yuri. But I've been trying to go with Yuri, but then I switched to Shiori because I thought I was picking cutesy words, but I wasn't. Like, Nasuki's simple, not cute. So that was kind of confusing. Monica, Sori, Nasuki, or Yuri. So maybe I should go with Shiori. I don't know. I'll let it happen. I'll see. I'm gonna try and get Nasuki, but if I get Sori, I'll be fine. Thanks for sharing. I'll have an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my windows. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. Your pain. Is this bad? The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I am merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic. Classic? Is that? Oh. Did she kill the frickin' raccoon? Shows its excitement. A rush of classic Pavlovian conditioning. Oh, Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. And I feed myself again. Oh shit. I keep doing that. Or return. Jesus. She's a crazy bitch. I want to tell you what is what, but who, where, what, who, and where, but I will tell you. I won't tell you. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be like a secret puzzle. And I think I knew that about this game, is like you kind of pick where you go. And you have to save a lot and go back, and I guess we'll see. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Yikes. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. So she wants to kill an animal? Or maybe Nasuki? Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Is it too late? I couldn't save after that, though. Like, it's not... This was blank before? Okay, so I have to click to save. Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Danielle? I think I saved... I saved before I went to her, too, so maybe that will help. I saved before man. Oh no. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do to respect. Let me see, because I saved before I went to her, so maybe I can go back into her and redo it. So I saved after her, and then I saved before her. Before the first poem. Yeah, I definitely didn't do that. They asked for damn sure before the first poem read today. Yeah, I definitely did. She didn't ask. She just now said something about saving. So, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable, after all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. 2 endings that I can still get. That's not bad, though. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I appreciate all the help. I feel like I'm screwing it up. I did ask if I was screwing this up earlier. Apparently I am. I might have to finish tomorrow, actually. I don't know how much longer. I'm guessing there's probably another couple hours. Want to know the names of the 2 endings? Are they spoiler free? Because yeah, I would if they're spoiler free. But I think I'm gonna, because it's almost 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna stream until 9 o'clock and then I'm gonna go from there. Oh, your names for them. Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Tori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sorry. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. The bad ending and the infinite ending. You know what I was thinking about, actually, the other day? Is playing BioShock Infinite. I love that game. Bad ending and the infinite ending. See, that sounds pretty legit, though. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. As in this game, too. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Ha! Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Nasuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Danielle poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Dude, I love her energy. And this is like a Tuesday, and she's on that Friday energy. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Well, you can't get one, then go to the other. Yeah. I think I know what you're saying. I guess we'll see. I should probably save. I should save. Now you got me scared about saving. Is there like there's a ton of save slots. So I can... It's a ton of save slots. Suri hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Suri. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying your feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. She is like a ton you won't use. What if I just save the entire time? It does kind of like scare you that you're picking the wrong thing. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. Yeah. She's just like... She's like, always happy all the time. We are so mean to her, to be honest. And I wrote a poem for her just there. If you don't... Technically, I wrote it for Nasuki, but it ended up being something she liked. If you don't, you might end up getting her at some point. Yeah? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. It's a code name you made up? Okay. Do I want to know what it's a code name for? Is it something explicit? Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can see you liking something sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Shiori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. A spoiler? Oh boy. Thanks, Danielle. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time's elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Don't they want my bottles that much? I frantically pulled them. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pulled them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. This is some dark shit. Holy crap. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but totally depression. Totally bad. I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. We never do. We never do. We never expect something depressing coming from a nice, happy person. Monica taught me a whole lot. Oh, Monica. And I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself in this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Yeah. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Stories always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing this passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, Nasuki. My last one. Nasuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Are you supposed to be bad at this? Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know. Nasuki struggles to find the word she wants. I just expected a lot less after what you showed me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky with this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know. Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems this cute, I mean well written, no I mean. Ah, so that's how it is. My poem is cute. No, why are you smiling? It's not like that. I like cute things. Nasuki shoves my poem back towards me. Huh? Reading it again? I decided that it's not so great after all. It's too cute and doki doki. Doki doki. It would only impress girls who like those kind of things. Aha! For some reason, Nasuki is incredibly easy to see through. Well, anyway, it's probably because she's, just a first year? You're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by your taste, you'll probably like it a lot. Okay, I'll ignore it. I'll ignore it. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everybody. Uh-oh. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. Amy loves spiders, so I hate Amy. That's the real tip of the day. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I can do. Let's save. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can't explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an arrogant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they just make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Saving a bit much now. I think it's because I'm about to end after this poem. I'm about to go to bed. And I'll play again tomorrow. 6 p.m. by the way. Tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. America time. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh? Well, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. What? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Do I have it? The Doki Doki Literature Club? If I ever get affiliated, I will make a Doki Doki emo for sure. I don't know about Monica though. I probably do. I do like Masuki in Sayori. Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Masuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. Monica? Well, hopefully Monica makes a bigger impression on me in the end of this game tomorrow. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it sounded like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, convincing emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Well, just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sori has been working on posters, and I've decided to design some more pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Yikes. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Tori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Tori, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for everyone to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think this is it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with you, Nasuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Nasuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask from them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Her green emerald eyes. She is very pretty. Not gonna lie. It's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know I do. I know we all do. And she's super inspirational. I'll give her that. Her poems are weird, but she's super inspirational. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Nasuki and Yuri remain silent. Sori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is to help them out a little. Nasuki, I would call those baby blue. Probably you. Yeah, she's got baby blue eyes. Going by like, what is blue? That got me thinking what a blue mineral is. Like a diamond. This music's good though. I'd say it's like a diamond. Sapphire? I just called Suri. Well, I'm tired, kid. I get, like... Okay, so Sori, Nasuki, Sori, Nasuki, Monica, Yuri. Sori has... What's lapis? Nasuki, pink. Not ruby. Pink mineral? Like Himalayan salt. Pink crystal would be saying... Ugh. That's a weird name. Quartz? Rose quartz? Yeah. Rose quartz? That works, that works, that works. Hers are like purple pink though. It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it with it. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else. Else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I really don't have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I hope not. We're talking about Steven Universe. Truth. Truth. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine, unlike my own. Yeah, Monica's Pearl. Yeah, that makes more sense. See, my Stardew skills help me with that, with the minerals. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line. She recites, bringing the words to life. And this something she's done. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ah, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden? Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Aftermage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting it in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and is structured that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's even bewildered with herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Is the yellow diamond in the early seasons? I guess I'll figure this out later. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Aha. Sorry, I giggled. Hehe. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. Steven Universe. I think I've seen like a little bit of it, but it's a little like younger than I am. I'd be down to watch it though. I always can get down with new things to watch. I'm learning new things to watch these days because of, this thing called quarantine. If it's on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Video, I'm all for it. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. It's not a normal kid. Is it on, maybe it's on Amazon? Yeah, I've heard of it. I've definitely, like I said, I've seen an episode or two. Maybe my brother watched it. He's a bit younger than me, but I feel like I've heard of it. It was on like, maybe I can find it on Amazon. Okay then. Sori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sori's is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. 4 out of 5 on Hulu. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I could totally watch that. Plus, we're looking for new things after we watched Bob's Burgers and Archer, and we've pretty much gone through those, so we can use a new animated. We're in the middle of One Piece, so I was watching that for a little bit because it's nice and short. It's like half hour. Sori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sori! Even Danielle liked it. I guess it's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sori. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we'll check it out. The atmosphere of this poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really quite understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Oh, okay. Now, who's next? Asuki? Don't make me go before Danielle. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Danielle lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Whoa. Asuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I received applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That leaves you, Nasuki. Yeah. I'm going. Nasuki, begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Huh. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Nasuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhyme and a rhyme to it. A rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Nasuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Caramel salt butter popcorn? That sounds amazing. I want popcorn. Nasuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Nasuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that all of you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets to let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Probably caramel. I can't really have a whole lot of that right now, so right now I can just have salted popcorn. But caramel, or like movie theater butter popcorn. Like regular, like if I put butter on my popcorn at home, it's not gonna taste as good. But movie theater butter, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for the day. Okay, I think that's about it for me. Christmas butter popcorn? Is that a thing? Christmas butter? Okay, I'm gonna save it right here. Okay, I'm gonna save it. And thanks everybody for watching. Ooh, a bucket of... You enjoy your popcorn. I'm gonna... If you guys want to stick around, I'm gonna host somebody real quick. Find somebody good. Find somebody real good. Let's see if I can raid them. See if I can raid them. That'd be ideal, wouldn't it? Ooh. I'm gonna be playing this again tomorrow, so that will be freaking awesome. I guess let's do Panda. Let's do Panda. We'll do that. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow.